The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Eric's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Eric's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork, pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
This man needs medical attention.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
The old method of treatment for a person in this condition was to throw him in jail.
Good morning, everybody. Hello there. Welcome to Thursday. It is the Morning Sickness. My name's John Holmberg. There's Brady Bogan, Brett Festley, Big Dick Toledo. We're here. And we're ready to go. A glorious morning. A good start on the hottest December 1st of all time, which is great. 85 degrees yesterday. Let's do it again. If this is global warming, I'll take it. This is fantastic. Keep spraying that aerosol in the air. Just leave your car running. I'm all about it. I got no problem with that. We can handle 120.
Hell yeah.
Just give me 85 in December, and I'm thrilled. Amazing day yesterday. And an amazing night last night at Four Peaks. Thanks to everybody who showed up. We packed that place. It was jammed up. The beer was a-flowing, and Holmberg Bound is now available all over the place at the Four Peaks at the, that Go Puff thing? Is that what it's called?
I think so, yeah.
Stay Puff Marshmallow Man? You get off of that. That was good.
That pre-order is the route to go, man.
In and out. They had it down last night.
Rocking it. Yeah, they got all your stuff. You get your case. You get it loaded up. Except the best moment of the whole night for me was a guy walked up to me while I was talking to someone of color. Now, I couldn't tell if this person was Dominican, Mexican, Indian, or black. Chatting with him, and some guy comes up, and right as the conversation was ending, and he goes, "Hey, Holmberg, it's good to see a white guy around, man. Good to see you." And I started laughing, and then I heard the black guy go, "What the f?" and walking away. Like he thought, I know he knew the whole thing, but I'm just dying laughing. And then somebody else said it to me again later. So that is now, for the time being, a bit of a calling card for people to wander up to me and go, "Hey, man, just good to see another white dude here." It's like, look around. You're in Tempe. That's all we've got. That was hilarious. But, we ended up sticking around and then became like therapists and secret listeners for about I aimed to get out of there about 9. You know, I hadn't had any drinks since like 8. So this is good. Get my hour in, sit there, chat with some folks. And the next thing you know, people are telling tales and like inner office secrets and outer of their offices. And it's like, holy Moses, the stuff that's going on and the people that are doing this. And that guy over there is boning that girl there. And they used to be married, and now they're at the same table. I'm like, what is happening at your office? This is insanity. Oh, it's really... I'm like, okay, so we listened to that, and then we started talking about it. And the next thing I know, it's 11 o'clock, for Christ's sake. And I'm sitting in there, it's like, good Lord, Cheryl. Brady brought Cheryl over to me. She started to talk about Jesus Christ for a little while. I shut that down. And then it was great. It was just a fun night all the way around. But the next thing you know, it's 11 o'clock. And I'm just sitting there saying, well, you got to get up in an hour, and I just told everybody, it's great to be white. We'll see you later. And then we walked out of the place. It was nuts. I blame our sales girl, Jen, and our other sales girl, Greg, downstairs. That I'm just not sure what the hell.
They'll trap you.
The stories were worth being trapped for. It was a good talk. Good talk, kids.
Were those two ladies the one telling the office stories? Or?
Well, no, they weren't telling office stories. They were telling just secrets of life, personal. They were phenomenal. Like, can't ever tell them. Like, don't you, obvious stories, don't you dare talk about this. I'm like, I'll talk about that. We talked about it, but I won't give away details. But let me tell you something. Greg's hands are dirty. Don't touch that guy.
Oh.
Yeah. You think Omicron's bad.
So it's elbow bumps for him now, huh?
Don't even do that. I think his elbow's been in stuff. I don't want to talk to Greg anymore. I'll talk to him, but like through a plexiglass. Like, he better be Travolta boy in the bubble next time we speak, because, Greg's got some tales. Like, I don't know. Like, he's nuts. So it was pretty fun to talk to him, though. They're good stories, but yeah, after a while, they're just like, you know what? Let's just finger gun on the way out. How you doing, buddy? We'll see you later. See you next time, Greg. Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. But Four Peaks is always awesome. Their employees came over and started hanging out with us at the end of the night, and it was great. A lot of fun. We packed the place up, get them all out. It was done by, most people were out of there by 11. We pretty much closed it. They turned the lights on us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is early.
Get out.
Yeah, it's like you guys don't have to go home, but you can't stay. We got that, but that always feels good.
How did all the dogs get adopted?
And that's the other thing.
All right.
There was a list for the Chihuahuas because they can't get adopted yet. They're not all vaccinated and ready to go. They're not people ready as far as living in a house. I got a few more things I got to go through, but the list for those was long. So they got adopted. They will have people. But the best one was George, the Great Pyrenees. That was immediately the second I got out of my car, I saw Bretta from the Humane Society and this right now about 105-pound, what will be about 130-pound dog. She said, just tap your chest. And before I even had my hands, the dog stood up and just
he's a dancer.
He's just loving me. And immediately just starts kissing, and I'm like, oh, no. And this big fluffy dog's like right in my face, and I'm like, this is happening. This is going to happen. And I was on the horn. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to pull the trigger. And one of our listeners who's emailed forever, and for about 2 years, I thought this person was a girl. C. Sosa. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
And he had to explain to me that, no, you've called me a girl several times in the past. And, I said, yeah, we cleared that up. But Rexy comes by, and he said, if you're not getting this dog, I am. And I'm like, I'm not stealing a dog from you. And Rexy did the deal. And this event, this Four Peaks event, costs me a fortune every year. Because I always make the deal on the dogs that I want. There's been about 4 of them that if it doesn't work for them, I'll take it. And I'll, because he's like, I just don't know if I should do this. Like, they him and haw. And then I said, I'll cover the adoption fees if you do this, if you commit to this dog right now. But here's and then I give him a laundry list of things that I demand have to happen for this dog's life. And everybody's all over it. So Rexy's got George now. It's great. You can see the pictures of George. This dog was unbelievable. How in the world it was in the Humane Society is beyond me. It was in the back of a dump truck headed to Guatemala when somebody called it in and said something suspicious. Because one of the other dogs that was in the back of the truck got out on the road, jumped out. So another car called and said, we got trouble in the back of this dump truck. There's dogs in it. And so the Humane Society's medical team and their investigation team went and got the truck.
So what is the plan with it heading to Guatemala?
I don't know. Well, I talked to a Guatemalan.
Dogs, or they just...
Talked to a Guatemalan yesterday. She was from Guatemala, and she said the dog is from where I am from. And I'm like, what are they going to eat them? And he goes, well, we don't eat the dogs. We don't eat the dogs. And I'm like, what do you do with them? She goes, they sell them, like top dollar, big time dog sale thing.
It's like smuggling them, basically.
Yeah, they smuggle them back in. Yeah. So it was like driving it down to Guatemala, and this dog was like rare breed, big,
Yeah.
Great Pyrenees probably aren't all over
Too
Guatemala.
Common.
Yeah. So they had that one and a couple others in the back of they had 2 or 3 Great Pyrenees in that truck. They got everybody out. So George is a great story. And he's really cool. Like he's totally laid back. Great. So Rexy got him. And I demand forever and ever that I get, just like I did with Holmberg, the dog that lives right down the road from me that was at this very same event a few years ago and made the deal there and said, you got to name it after me. That was one of them. They did. And every Thursday I get pictures from Beth of Holmberg. And he's a little tiny terrier type dog. He's cool. And she's like, here's Holmberg laying down with his brothers. And like that, and just Holmberg play. It's very weird to see that. I'm like, oh, Holmberg's adorable. Nobody ever says that except for this dog. So now George is another one. So I'm just going to have people texting me all the time, they're dogs that I almost got. So I technically kind of have like some sort of foster thing with that. It's great. It's awesome. I mean, everybody's so good. And the dog thing, that's the sell, man. That place would have been empty. I always say that. If it was for an orphanage, we probably would have gotten nobody. But you bring puppies down there.
Oh, yeah.
People lose their minds. Puppies are amazing. I always think of that. It's like if we had like a baby, like a bunch of babies with no families, and like these babies down in the back of a dump truck headed to Guatemala. Everybody like, ugh.
Work the same way, man.
No, no one would be there. Everybody would be like, ugh,
creeps taking them,
babies. Oh yeah, that's the thing, and I'd be fine with that. I make sure that the dogs get a good home.
I'll take one of them babies.
If we did the Baby Humane Society, and like, I'd be like, ugh, go ahead, take it. Like the creepiest meth head going, just get it out of here. I can't listen to it. It cries and it's awful. Yeah, so we can't do orphanage ones, but those puppies, man, do they draw the people? And other people are bringing their dogs in that have been rescued from the Humane Society or a few of them from the Lost Our Home Pet Rescue thing that I do. And today starts 12 days of strays for the Humane Society. It's on our website about 7 this morning. We'll launch it. I I forget who the first one is, but I'll look. We got a whole bunch of them coming up every day for the next. So it's just a dog thing. It's close to my heart, near and dear, and evidently to a lot of other people too. Because man, oh man, that all helps them. Last night, the benefit was all for the Humane Society, and they make a ton of money off of this once again, which is great because it goes to a great cause. Great people too. Bretta and the gang are ridiculously cool. So thanks to everybody who showed up, and thanks to everybody who came up to me and said how great it is to be white. And I think it was just because right down the road, while this was going on, the Kyle Rittenhouse march was happening right there at ASU. So again, I repeat, the Kyle Rittenhouse march to keep him off of campus he's not even part of, the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Had nothing to do.
Met opposition last night. So as much as we've made fun of the students for socialism, the idiots from the other side showed up to say he has every right to go to this school that he's not going to or doesn't have any intention to go to. We had a march in our city yesterday to keep a guy off of campus who doesn't go to that school, or even online. They want to keep him offline. Like, the campus won't be safe if he's even online. Like, God, you're soft. And then the other side shows up and starts chanting Carrie Lake, which I find hysterical. All right, we got to go down there and stop these people keeping Kyle Rittenhouse from going to a school he doesn't want to go to. He's not coming here, but God damn it, he has a right to. It was ghosts. It was nobody's living in the truth. Nobody's living in reality. They're marching against something that isn't happening. It's marching against ghosts. So there it is. You got pictures of it. One said, protect the students. The other said, kill her off our campus. Signs that they had. And he's not there. I don't know what you're marching against. This is marching against the sky being blue. It's the stupidest thing in the world. It's done. It doesn't matter. And
of course, there's an end white supremacy one up there, too. So I guess it wasn't good to be white at that march for you. It's a good thing you didn't go.
Still, though, white supremacy. I mean, still kind of sounds like it's good to be white. And white supremacy.
To see that, how it changed a little bit, too, because I wonder how long the one girl in the picture holds the sign before she has to tap the phone, hand it to the other girl.
Oh, yeah, before she's got to do a selfie.
And they're all, you got half the people that are protesting, the other people down.
They're on their phone because they got to put their Instagram page up, talk about how important it is that they're keeping Kyle Rittenhouse off a campus he isn't going to. We must keep the Oregon State football team off our campus. Well, they're not playing them this week. Oh, we've success. Like, wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. You're protesting something. We must keep the entire Philadelphia 76ers off of our campus. Well, they're not even, why would they even come here? Yes, we've done it again. Keep protesting things that aren't interested in coming to your deal.
Their list is so long.
Their list is long, and they're succeeding at every turn. Keep O.J. Simpson from attending classes at ASU. We've done it again. Success. What you're protesting isn't happening. And then to have people show up and counter it is ridiculous. We better go down there and make sure Kyle Rittenhouse does go to this school if he wants to someday. He doesn't. He's not going to and so what?
Sorry to Michael Rittenhouse, who was actually enrolled in the class. They just saw the house name.
Poor
and
kid.
What?
It's probably Kevin Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
K. Rittenhouse is all over everything. It's like, I can't go to this school anymore. But he's online, and that scares them from going to class. And then to go down there and start chanting Carrie Lake is like my favorite thing in the world. It's like, all right, that's it. You know what we should do? We'll hit him over the head with a little Carrie Lake chant. Carrie Lake. Carrie, because it just pissed him off. The whole design of yesterday is a microcosm of our attitude in 2021. I have an opinion, and you have an opinion. Neither of us really know what we're doing, but let's make each other furious. I'm going to go down there and I'm going to antagonize you with something that's ridiculous, and now you're going to come down and counter with something even more ridiculous. Let's fight. Talk about cooler heads prevailing. If one logical human being stepped up and said, guys, Kyle Rittenhouse isn't coming to ASU, they'd cheer, and the other ones would be like, guys, if he wants to, he can. He doesn't. He's not coming here, so it's crazy. We have to fight for Kyle. He doesn't want to come here. He's not coming to school.
I see
we succeeded.
We did it.
An opening for the retro campaign of bringing Miller Lite back and starting that argument again.
Oh, yeah. Less filling.
But at least people will get passionate
Brady,
about it.
That was a more logical debate because there was actual beef on each side. Yeah. Both sides had a point.
They had their – they could back it up.
Sure. It is less filling. And, yes, it tastes great, which is the better – and you start arguing over which is – these are two things that are fantastic. Now, if it happened to not be less filling and taste like garbage – and you still have this debate, you're back up on this thing. We have to keep heroin from being thrown at us every day. That doesn't happen. Success! Like, wait a minute. You're just protesting things that aren't happening and then claiming success.
Looking at this picture, when we talked about it the other day, there's no hot chicks in that socialism group. Maybe this one up here, but
which one are you looking at?
Maybe this one.
The one, yeah,
the killer off our camp. But that is it.
With the big gulp.
Killer off our campus. I don't know.
That's about it. There is no talent at this thing.
Fun.
It's all fastbacks. I'm out.
It's a load of fastbacks.
It is. Fastbacks and flapjacks.
Flapjacks and fastbacks. Somebody made Brett a shirt that says flapjacks and fastbacks with a big line through it.
Nice.
It's in my car. It's great.
I'm going to wear that.
Yeah, it's a great one. But it's, I'm not seeing much in the ways of, I'd join this group just for your ass. But, so congratulations to both sides. You both won. If Kyle wants to go there, he can. He's currently not interested. And then the people who kept him off, you've done a good job because he's not coming. So I don't know who won that. But excellent work. The Rittenhouse. It was right down the road. I didn't even realize how close it was, which is probably why people are like, it's great to be white. Carrie Lake, everybody, Carrie Lake. I wish Carrie Lake would have shown up. And Kyle Rittenhouse. That would have been amazing just to see how people reacted. I'm all in it. I'm all in for the fun. I don't care what happens to people. I don't care what happens to you if you choose to go down to marches and be silly and all that. It is just awesome. And the one kid that they interviewed on the news was like, we got to keep – I don't think anybody who's got this kind of history should be allowed to go to school. What kind of – like to be exonerated from a crime that you disagreed with? So if you disagree that this person is not like he did what you think he did, you are the ultimate judge and jury. You can march people right out of school. You can cancel them from that. Yeah. Kyle Rittenhouse is a large example.
I'm going to see what I can do to get Kyle Rittenhouse freshman orientation.
Mm-hmm. Is he a freshman? He's been doing some online stuff. He's been prepping. Maybe he starts as a sophomore. The kid seems really like a go-getter.
He's a red shirt.
He's a go-getter. Like when he sees stuff, he goes after it. I mean, we know that from his trial. It's just nuts. So I don't care what happens to anybody. I'm here for the entertainment. That got me. Because the news had to treat it like it was a real thing. And not one news person said, without even realizing this guy's not enrolled in any classes, this march went on anyway. Did USC have a march to keep him out? I didn't see if there – did all schools have a keep Kyle?
ASU's the only one I know of.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I'm sure if he's looking to take his talent somewhere.
Well, maybe ESPN will do the LeBron Rittenhouse.
The announcement.
I'm going to take my talents to the University of Arizona. Oh, man. That's a good one.
And then the tear-jerking trailer, Stephanopoulis, Stephanopoulis.
Close enough.
Stephanopoulis.
There it is.
I say Stephanopoulis.
Way too early for this.
I be smoking.
It's Greek. It's Greek to me.
That's what I be doing.
With Alec Baldwin.
I know. Alec just needs to shut up. Why does he do interviews?
Crying like crazy on the thing.
And he says he didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
But I think he's using that as a metaphor of some sort to say I did not intentionally pull the trigger. It doesn't
take much for the trigger to go off when it's
one of those quick pulls.
Yeah.
But even still,
I don't point a gun at anybody. Then how how did it happen?
Who is advising Alec Baldwin is my question. To put him on TV and say, you need to start talking.
Just shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
He can't, though.
I know.
He can't. He pulled over on that freeway that time.
He sees cameras and he's like, I have to explain myself. Everyone needs to know. Just stick to us liking you in 30 Rock reruns and stop saying words because what he said yesterday, what I read, I didn't see it, but I picture he looks like he's just been doing nothing but crying for the last month.
Yeah, I read it, and then they have the little trailer up there.
But he's has the interview aired yet?
No, it's either
coming up on something
tonight or
but he basically
Friday
says, I did not pull the trigger. The gun was in my hand. And that's what Stephanopoulis kind of says. You were holding the gun. I didn't pull the trigger. Okay, and that's the tease.
Yeah.
And you're like, huh. Well, so it just went off. Now you're just claiming that the gun he needs to shut up. And it's great TV. Again, I'm in it for the entertainment. If he wants to talk, watch the moron talk. I don't understand why he's got to explain himself. He doesn't. I think the majority of people with a logical brain feel bad for him. But if he keeps talking, we're going to be like, you're an idiot. Now you sound guilty. What? You didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I didn't pull the trigger. Yes, you did. Just sit back and say what it is. It was a tragic accident. Something horrible happened. We got to get to the bottom of it. But by no means did I try and kill anyone. And that's it. A statement, a written statement. And don't talk.
He does say that, and then he's like, who puts a live bullet in there?
Yeah, don't talk. Stop it. Makes it seem like you're an idiot. Yeah, You didn't check the gun. That's the next thing people are just, the more you talk, the more questions we have. Keep it down.
You know, his lawyers are just like, Christ, shut
they
the
cannot,
F up.
unless they hate him, they cannot be advising him to get out there and say more and more and more. They can't do it. Anyway, it's bananas. But yeah, I saw that this morning, and I'm just like, all right, Alec, you'll dig this hole deeper. You're not going to get anybody, go, oh, I see now. He didn't pull the trigger, everybody. She just ridiculously had a bullet enter her body for no reason. Come on. Something happened to that trigger. And they're marching right now at ASU to keep Alec Baldwin off of the campus. He cannot go there. And, of course, there's opposition to that. That would really screw people up. If the Students for Socialism marched to keep Alec Baldwin out of ASU, what would the Kerry Lake people do? Because then they got to go support Alec Baldwin, which is like counter to everything they believe in.
We're going to sit this one out.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and chant Kerry Lake at home for this one. You can keep Alec Baldwin away. I'm fine with that. But, yeah, would Alec Baldwin be allowed to go to ASU?
Yes.
Yeah, of course he would. So they're political. They'd be like, it was an accident. All right. So you pick and choose who gets to go. I am a Sun Devil at heart. You know that. So, whatever. The world's gone bananas. That's why Holmberg Bound's so important right now. 7% alcohol. Get 3 of those in your body, and you don't care about Kyle Rittenhouse or Kerry Lake.
How many Chiefs did you wind up throwing out last night? Speaking of Holmberg, I saw.
You guys didn't remind me about my Barry Manilow tights either.
I didn't remember until that guy came up to you. Where's the Manilow?
Why aren't you wearing your Manilow stuff? I'm like, I totally forgot.
Look, I just assumed you knew that. And
no, I totally forgot about that. I had a lot on my mind yesterday, so I was moving around, and I'm like, I got ready, and I left, and didn't even think about it until that guy said it. I heard Brady throw one Chief bomb.
Yeah, I caught that one, too.
I caught it one Chief. But you didn't have to throw a lot of conversation.
Only 4
Chiefs.
or 5.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
The one guy, he's like, I just got chiefed, and he was kind of happy, and then also realized,
I think they enjoyed it more than anything.
Which made them not go away, the whole idea of calling so much. And then a girl came up to me, and she goes, Brady gave me a hug out of pity. I'm like, why? And she goes, because. And I'm like, let's go talk to him about that. And I said, we'll get another hug. And you started to argue with her. You started to Alec Baldwin.
It upset me. It upset me because her boyfriend filming the whole time.
Yeah. He said, I'll film it. I'm like, you do
trying to
want.
TMZ me on the initial hug.
And all it was she said, you did it out of pity. And
Did you not get a hug?
And he wasn't going to hug her again. I'm like, just hug her again, man. Just end it.
So did you get the second one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah. And whispered in her ear,
the only reason I'm doing this is because of that camera. You're disgusting.
And then she started crying. I'm like, what happened? She goes, I don't want to talk about it. And later she emailed me. It was pretty great.
There's another email on the stack there from the very first one, I believe.
Rittenhouse or?
No. This came through. Somebody was trying to get a picture of Brady last night.
Okay. Wow. Well, this is an odd start to an email.
Good luck editing that one.
This one's for you, Brady. It says, Dear Brady, I was that tattooed piece of chick wearing a striped dress. Do you remember her? She's tattooed. She's a piece of according to her.
On the way out, maybe.
Anyway, waiting ever so patiently to get a picture with you last night at Four Peaks, but ended up... but until the penultimate moment when you decided to leave, got the chance. My name is Asia. Just wanted one creepy, feel-good moment with a pseudo-celebrity to cop a feel in front of my husband to use as material later in bed.
Ooh, look at you, Brady.
Yep, in bed, which we will use. We're fixed, so no disgusting demon spawn will come of this sexual endeavor. You're welcome, world. No liberal cucks, sucks, or the thing that rhymes with that. Peace sign, yo. Ha 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 ha. Stupid. You remember her?
You remember her?
Oh yeah.
Did you give her some loving?
She groped me really good.
Did she get the fist bump or the hug?
Oh no, she was. She draped herself all over.
So you got the hug and you kept your arms to yourself. Like,
look, this is a tattooed piece of right here.
She was nice.
Did you say something along the ways if this is a tattooed piece?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I wonder why she calls herself that. I think I know who it. I think I know someone that fits the description.
It's actually pretty funny. She's very funny.
Was she really thin?
Yes.
Okay. Saw her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because George, the dog, did what dogs do, and then sniffing and stuff, and just buried it right in her, in her piece of
in the litter box.
In the kitty litter. And then she goes, he's having at me. And I'm like, all right, give me the dog. Don't make a big thing. I think he's picked.
Sounds like George and I got the same photo.
And then she said, this one's picking me, I think. Look over. I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, get off the dog's nose. Stop it. Stop it, you piece of what's the matter with you? That was fun. Except for that part. That was kind of awful. Well, I'm sorry you had to hug that piece, Brady. That was tough. And you had a couple others, so you got in there.
I went home and cried.
Did you get it? You're over it. See, that's another insulting, passive-aggressive way of saying,
I don't care how you feel. Oh, I went home and booed myself right to sleep.
I went home with a pep in my step, John. I was happy.
Oh, yeah?
Love hugging.
Oh, yeah. This is getting worse. Alec Baldwin's lawyers are in charge of you, too. All those ladies driving home.
That was rude. Brady was rude. You have a great night, piece of tattooed garbage person. Anyway, bye.
And it was fun. It was a good time. Always fun. Four Peaks always treats us great. And you guys
I'm forgetting on the one lady's name as I was walking out. She's there every time we have the beer. She really loves the Holmberg Bound.
Oh, one of the...
Yeah, and so she was telling me, and then a couple of weeks ago, I won the Oktoberfest sign holding contest.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
What is that?
I don't know.
Hold the sign the longest.
Oh.
She's pretty strong. 3 hours. She holds the sign, and she goes, then I pounded my liter of beer, and then my husband's liter of beer.
What sign?
I guess they have a sign holding contest.
Oktoberfest?
At Four Peaks. During an Oktoberfest celebration.
And the sign says...
The longest one to hold it out, the strongest.
This girl next to me is a piece of... Is that the sign?
I wanted to get her in arm wrestling.
Is it Carrie Lake? Keep Rittenhouse out? What is the sign?
We should have taken her over there.
Yeah, oh man, she'd hold all the signs. Well, those socialists are like, oh, my arms are tired. Somebody else should do this. Carrie Lake. What is happening?
I hold the sign.
All right, this is nuts. Everything's gone Fellini. It's bananas. Well, there you go. Well, thanks to everybody who showed up, except for that one lady that bothered Brady, and then the sign lady, too. Yeah, she's a beer drinker, this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's stout. She sounds stout.
She's solid.
Your adjectives...
Fun to party with.
Your adjectives are both safe and rude at the same time. I don't know how you do it.
She is a solid woman.
Thank you, you dick. Thank you, you dick.
I'm not going to chief her. You are a solid woman.
I dare you to say that to your wife when she comes out in lingerie.
You're a very solid-looking woman in that. You're very sturdy. Very sturdy. Bottom of the pyramid, I think.
Where would she fit on the pyramid at high school? She's stout. The drinker lady. Was she bottom? She the base?
Base middle.
Base middle. Not full base, but base middle.
That means base.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
That means base.
Strong.
Yeah.
She might probably be able to help the tinies up on top.
She can throw them
up there like an Atlas stone.
Yeah.
Sturdy. You're a sturdy lady. Looking for a sturdy broad.
Let's get a wake-up song, shall we? 585-9800. A good one for all you sturdy ladies out there. A good screamer, and we'll yell
solid
together.
ladies.
That's right. Solid, sturdy, both very good compliments if you're being a dick. It's just very hard to... It's right down the middle. It's well played. Give it to us, and we'll scream together. It's 98 KUPD. Wake up!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the hell? 98. I'm not cool with this at all.
KUPD. You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.